Now, here we are on the GAA pitch here in Killererin, of course, home to many great teams down the years, great players. And, of course, David, other issues that you're hugely passionate about, climate change.
Yes, Dahi. Look, if I get through, if I'm elected, I will guarantee 3 months fine weather every year, June, July, August. This in turn will enable everyone in the parish to get 2 cuts of turf in every summer.
Of course, 2 cuts of turf. I know the trouble a lot of people have with 1 cut of turf, trying to get lads to go to the bog. A huge challenge with that, of course.
I've thought of that too. That ties into my economic policy. If I get through, I will guarantee to increase the minimum wage for foot and turf to €5 a yard and to $3.50 a yard for turning. Gone are the days, young lad going to the bog and coming home with just a fiver in his pocket at the end of the day.
I tell you, a fiver in the pocket. I remember you might get a bottle of lemonade back in the day. And of course, outside of the climate change, immigration, a huge issue down here.
Massive issue. What I propose is to build a wall. We need to get the wall built. We need to build a wall from Clonfad all the way to Leenane and stop the Mayo migrants influx in our county.
I tell you, that's a huge wall. How would you manage then the border control for that?
We've that thought through. We've agreed with Supmax and Pat McDonough that Supmax and Ballantyne would be the border control, and that's where all in and outward movements would be controlled.
And of course, David, like we spoke about it earlier, the other projects, the tunnel, the train, the airport, the Lissa Valley shopping centre, the wall, that's going to cost a huge amount of money. How are you going to fund all of this?
Look, we're not going into these projects with our eyes closed. We have the maths done, we have the sums done. We have been told that in around 19 to 20 billion is what the projects are going to cost. Now, we can go to the international markets and raise the money. And 20 billion borrowed at 2%, which you can get the money at 2%, would end up costing about 75 million a week in interest, which I think is quite manageable.
I tell you, 75 million, and I don't know, when you're talking about international markets, does that mean going into Galway or maybe to Ballinasloe to the bank as opposed to going into Bank of Ireland or Credit Union in Tuam?
We were going further. We might even go up as far as Mullingar for this money.
But I tell you one thing, I heard a lot of people say there was a lot of very wealthy people down here. With the figures they're talking down here, there's a lot of very, very, very wealthy people. David, you've gotten off to a great start with the Quid Games fundraiser. Hopefully it continues. Maura, back to you in studio.